All right, this tree has completely burned down. And this is one I had kind of an opening in the middle, and the trunks came out in angles like that and that. And so I just put the fire right in the middle and burned the trunks from the center point, and then all 4 or 5 of them fell down around it. I'm not having much luck burning up the stump, but I've kind of changed my focus some to work on the other tree, which I showed in the last video, getting part of it pushed over. And I did a bunch of thrust cuts through its trunk. And you can see on this one side, I've got a fairly decent hole burned into it. Right down into it. And it's far enough back there that has actually connected to the thrust cuts from this other side. And there was smoke coming out that hole for quite a while, and now you can see actually flames coming out of there. So now the trunk is completely burned through in part. And then this side, I'm working on that to get that hole put together. Once those 3 points come together, it won't be too long before the entire thing will topple over. And wind was pretty light this morning, but it's kind of picked up in the last few minutes, and that strong wind really helps to keep this part of the fire that's on the trunk burning coals, which will make that trunk disappear. And this little cut right here, that one actually goes through to that first hole over on this side. So if all those things come together, and one of the reasons I got the fire so low right now was to kind of clear out the ash and stuff, so that the heat of that fire could get to the wood where it normally would kind of form an insulation around the wood, keeping it from burning so much. So getting that blown off is a good step. And I'm assuming by tomorrow morning this burn down will be complete and this tree will be ready to go. And then the final tree, that one right there, which is closest to the house and all their vehicles and everything, will need to be handled next. And I think what I'm going to do is cut off the tops of those trees, kind of the way I did with this one. And then once the main leverage is not able to reach anything particularly important or dangerous that it would hit, I'm gonna do the same thrust cuts that I did on this one and then burn it down in a similar fashion to this, which I thought worked really well, to get burned through pretty cleanly. The stump is really low. That one, down there, it didn't take as much burning, but the stump is, I'm going to have to deal with it to burn it down a little more afterwards. And I think this will be a much cleaner end result with a very low stump left at the end. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.